In a pristine white mansion, nestled behind high electric fences, Nancy moved like a ghost. The Carrara marble floors shone so brilliantly they mirrored the anxiety in her eyes. Her husband, David, a man who built his fortune on precision and order, despised one thing above all else: unexpected visitors. Or, as he called them, unplanned variables. Today was the one day of the month Nancy dreaded. The day David's senior staff received their bonuses. He always came home in a foul mood, scrutinizing every detail of his world for imperfections. And so, Nancy swept. She swept every corner, every date palm leaf that had dared to fall from the decorative plant in the double-volume foyer. The house was not just clean, it was sterile. A showroom. A cage. The sophisticated ring of a smartphone, shattering the silence. The sound made her jump. It was her oldest friend, Chloe. Nancy. Baby, what's up? Where are you?
Nancy, nervously. I'm
at home. Just tidying up.
Nice. Perfect.
I'm actually at your gate right now. Come, open up. Nancy's blood ran cold. The phone felt heavy in her hand. David's words echoed in her mind. This is my sanctuary, Nancy. Not a social club. But Chloe was already here. With a trembling hand, she pressed the buzzer on the intercom. The two friends sat in the vast, minimalist living room, surrounded by expensive abstract art that felt cold and uninviting. Their laughter echoed, but Nancy's was strained. CHLOE. Girl, you don't hang out anymore. You've vanished. What's wrong? Hope everything is fine. Nancy, forcing a smile. My dear, you don't understand. I've been so busy. Marriage, managing the home. It keeps me occupied. She tried to change the subject, her eyes constantly flicking towards the panoramic windows that overlooked the driveway. Nancy, let me get you something. Juice? A glass of wine. Just juice is fine, love. Chloe said, as Nancy brought a tall, cold glass of freshly squeezed juice. The distinct, powerful purr of a Mercedes G-Wagon echoed up the cobblestone driveway. Nancy froze. The color drained from her face. Chloe saw the sheer, unadulterated fear in her eyes and fell silent. The front door opened with a quiet hydraulic hiss. David entered, an imposing figure in a tailored Italian suit. His eyes, cold and analytical, scanned the room, instantly landing on the visitor. The air grew thick and heavy. Chloe, ever the diplomat, rose with a warm smile. CHLOE. David. Welcome. It's so good to see you. He offered a smile that didn't reach his eyes. A transaction, not a greeting. Nancy rushed to help him with his leather briefcase, but he pulled it away from her grasp without a word. His rejection was a silent slap. He walked towards the floating staircase, each step a deliberate, ominous click on the marble. Halfway up, he stopped. He didn't turn around. David, voice cold, low. Nancy. Nancy, voice barely a whisper. Yes, David? If I go upstairs and when I come back down I meet any visitor in my living room, you'll be sorry. The threat hung in the air, suffocating. Sweat beaded on Nancy's forehead. She waited until she heard the master bedroom door close upstairs before she spun around to Chloe, her eyes wide with panic. Nancy, frantic, hushed. Chloe, please, you have to go.
Now. Right now.
What?
Why?
What's happening? Chloe said. Nancy, he just lost a very big contract. A huge one. He's furious. It's not a good time. Please, for my sake. Understanding dawned on Chloe's face, a mix of pity and fear. She grabbed her designer bag and left quickly, throwing a worried glance over her shoulder. The cage door had been shut once more. That night, Nancy tried to appease him. She prepared his favorite, truffle-infused fried rice with grilled tenderloin and sautéed asparagus. The sophisticated aroma filled the gourmet kitchen. But it couldn't mask the tension. She served him at the long, polished ebony dining table. He took one bite. Then, with a look of utter contempt, he spat it back onto the fine china plate. David said, "This is inedible."
Too peppery. Too salty.
Can you do nothing right? Nancy, her composure breaking. David, I made it just how you always. Before she could finish, he picked up his crystal glass of imported cola and hurled it at her. Nancy ducked, avoiding the glass by mere inches. It exploded against the polished travertine wall behind her, leaving a dark, sticky stain and shards of crystal everywhere. Clean this mess, David said. He left her there, trembling amidst the shattered glass and spilled dreams. The next morning, he descended the staircase with a luxury suitcase. I'm traveling for a business conference in Monaco. I'll be away for 4 days, David said. Nancy, relieved, okay. Travel safely, David replied, but regarding your recent, unruly behavior, your defiance, I will be taking measures to cope with your essence while I'm gone. He extended his hand, palm up. David, firstly, give me your house keys. Nancy, stunned, my keys? David, why? David responded with a stern face. Don't make me take them from you myself. Slowly, she unhooked the heavy, engraved key fob from her purse and placed it in his hand. The cold metal felt like a betrayal. David, now, give me your phone. Nancy, horrified, my phone?
No.
David, please. How will I? You won't. That is the point.
Give it to me.
Tears welled in her eyes, but she saw the unyielding resolve in his. For a sliver of peace, she handed over her only lifeline to the outside world. David spoke, and since I don't think you'll be needing distractions, I've disabled your access to the home entertainment system and the smart lighting in the main rooms. Consider it a serene environment, a retreat. Use the time to quietly reflect on all the ways you have failed this marriage. Think of how to make it work. He left her in the growing silence of the darkening mansion, a prisoner in her own luxurious home. As David's chauffeured Range Rover approached the electric gate to leave, his phone rang. It was his golf partner. David, speaking into phone, cheerful facade, Michael. What's up? Michael responds, just checking if you're still on for the club on Saturday? Of course. I'm just heading to the airport now. Splendid. And the missus? Is she joining you? David, chuckling falsely, yes. She's right here with me. He ended the call, and the car glided through the gates, oblivious that his lie had been overheard. A man, dressed in dark clothes and lurking in the lush landscaping outside the walls, heard every word. He had been casing the expensive homes on the street. In tender, muttering to himself, the house is empty for 4 days. A big place like this must have plenty of valuables inside. My luck just changed. A plan began to form in his mind. A plan to rob the house that very night. As darkness fell over Lagos, Nancy sat in the silent, dark mansion. No lights. No phone. No way out. She was utterly alone. Or so she thought. The distinct sound of wire cutters on an electric fence. A soft thud of feet landing on manicured grass inside the compound. The intruder, armed with sophisticated tools, moved through the shadows of the elaborate garden. He found a patio door. Its lock was advanced, but he was skilled. With a quiet click, he bypassed the alarm sensor and slid the door open, stepping inside the overwhelming darkness. The faintest creak of a floorboard in the expansive living area, then a sharp, suspenseful musical sting. And in the utter silence of her prison, Nancy heard it too. A sound that didn't belong. A footstep that wasn't hers. Her breath caught in her throat. She was not alone. What will become of Nancy, trapped in the dark with A? Who is this intruder, and what does he want? The keys to her freedom are gone, and the keys to her doom have just been turned. This is only the beginning of her trial. Her story continues in part 2 of The House Arrest.